Hello dear students, how are you all? Are you all fine at home? Dear students, we have been providing you study material regularly so that you are continuously in touch with the study. In the same process, today I am here with a new chapter. But before we read the chapter, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And I'm very sure that you will enjoy answering these questions. Dear students, do you have a pet at your home? Do you like to have a pet at your home? What all pet have you seen in your friends' houses? Have you seen a mongoose? What is the special qualities of mongoose? Have you seen a fight between a mongoose and a snake? I'm sure you like answering all these questions. You answer these questions before we begin the chapter. Today we are going to read the second chapter of Supplementary Reader. The chapter name is of Friendly Mongoose. It's all about a farmer, his wife, their child, and the mongoose. So let's begin the chapter. A Friendly Mongoose. Once a farmer and his wife lived in a village with their small son. They loved him very much. "We must have a pet," the farmer said to his wife one day. "When our son grows up, he will need a companion. This pet will be our son's companion." His wife liked the idea. One evening, the farmer brought with him a tiny mongoose. "It's a baby mongoose," said his wife, "but will soon be fully grown. He will be a friend to our son." Both the baby and the mongoose grew. In 5 or 6 months, the mongoose had grown to its full size. A lovely animal with 2 shining black eyes and a bushy tail. The farmer's son was still a baby in the cradle, sleeping and crying alternately. A farmer and his wife, they lived in a small village. They had a small son. They loved him so much. One day the farmer expressed his will to have a pet, so that when their son grows up, the pet can play with him. The pet can be their companion. And when he expressed this will to his wife liked the idea. When his wife agreed to his will, the farmer came with a tiny mongoose one evening. Here, tiny means very small. His wife said that it was a baby mongoose, but further said that it will soon be fully grown and would be a friend to their son. Both of them, the baby and the mongoose, grew. In 5 or 6 months, the mongoose had grown to his full size. A lovely animal with beautiful eyes, shining eyes, and a bushy tail. The farmer's son was still a baby in the cradle, sleeping, and crying alternately. Cradle means a baby's cot or bed. One day, the farmer's wife wanted to go to the market. She fed the baby and rocked him to sleep in his little cradle. Picking up the basket, she said to her husband, "I am off to the bazaar. The baby is sleeping. Keep an eye on him." Frankly, I don't like to leave the child alone with the mongoose. "You needn't be afraid," said the farmer. "The mongoose is a friendly animal. It's as sweet as our baby, and they are the best of friends, you know." The wife went away, and the farmer, having nothing to do in the house, decided to go out and take a look at his fields, not far away. He ran into some friends on the way back and didn't return for quite some time. One day, the farmer's wife wanted to go to the market. She fed the baby, put him in the cradle, and picking her basket, she told her husband that she was going to the bazaar. Here, bazaar means market. The baby was sleeping, so she asked her husband to have a look on the baby because she didn't want to leave the child alone with the mongoose. But the farmer said that she should not be afraid because mongoose was a friendly animal and it was so sweet as that of their baby, and he further said that they were the best friends. The wife went away, and the farmer, thinking that he had nothing to do in the house, decided to go and have a look at the fields. And the fields were not very far. But he went to his friend's house on the way back, and he didn't return for quite some time. So the baby and the mongoose were alone at his house. The farmer's wife finished her shopping and came back home with a basket full of groceries. She saw the mongoose sitting outside as if waiting for her. On seeing her, he ran to welcome her, as was customary. The farmer's wife took one look at the mongoose and screamed. "Blood?" she cried. The face and paws of the mongoose were smeared with blood. Here, smeared means the blood was spread on the face of the mongoose. "You wicked animal, you have killed my baby," she screamed hysterically. She was blind with rage and with all her strength brought down the heavy basket full of groceries on the blood-smeared mongoose and ran inside to the child's cradle. When the farmer's wife returned from the market, she saw that the mongoose was sitting outside as if waiting for her. On seeing her, the mongoose ran to her as it was his habit. The farmer's wife took one look at the mongoose and she screamed because she noticed blood on the face and paws of mongoose. And out of anger, she called him wicked animal and said that he had killed her baby. She threw the heavy basket full of groceries on the mongoose and she ran quickly inside to the child's cradle. The baby was fast asleep, but on the floor lay a black snake, torn and bleeding. In a flash, she realized what had happened. She ran out looking for the mongoose. "Oh, you saved my child. You killed the snake. What have I done?" she cried, touching the mongoose, who lay dead and still, unaware of her sobbing. The farmer's wife, who had acted hastily and rashly, stared long at the dead mongoose. Then she heard the baby crying. Wiping her tears, she went in to feed him. When the lady went inside, she found that the baby was fast asleep. He was sleeping. But she noticed something else also. She noticed that there lay a black snake, torn and was bleeding. At once she realized that she had done something wrong. She ran outside quickly to look for the mongoose. She was so sorry that she, out of anger, had killed the mongoose, thinking that he had killed her baby, but it was not so. The mongoose had saved her son. She felt so sorry. She cried, touched the mongoose, but the mongoose was dead. He was unaware of the cry of the lady. The farmer's wife had acted hastily and rashly. She, without knowing the truth, had killed the mongoose. She was sorry about killing the mongoose. She had acted without knowing the truth. She continuously stared at the mongoose. Then she heard the cry of her baby. She wiped her tears and then she went in to feed him. After reading this story, we come to know that we should not act hastily or rashly, especially out of anger. This is all about the chapter. Dear students, you can read it again and answer the questions that are given below. Thank you.